Get your smile ready for summer. Are you missing teeth? Do you have loose teeth? Can you bite into an apple? Is your smile ready to hit the beach this summer with confidence? We all work out and try to look great since we live in paradise. You need a smile to match. The South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry can help you replace those failing or missing teeth with a beautiful smile and the confidence you deserve. The doctors at the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry have helped thousands of patients rejuvenate their smiles for nearly 30 years by replacing failing and missing teeth with dental implants. Often new teeth are replaced the very same day using the technique they pioneered more than 15 years ago. Teeth today. At the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry, all of their doctors are board-certified dental specialists. They have placed thousands of dental implants, and we all know that experience matters. Call the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry today to schedule your free consultation. Call them at 561-912-9993. You'll be glad you did. Get your smile ready for summer. Are you missing teeth? Do you have loose teeth? Can you bite into an apple? Is your smile ready to hit the beach this summer with confidence? We all work out and try to look great since we live in paradise. You need a smile to match. The South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry can help you replace those failing or missing teeth with a beautiful smile and the confidence you deserve. The doctors at the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry have helped thousands of patients rejuvenate their smiles for nearly 30 years by replacing failing and missing teeth with dental implants. Often new teeth are replaced the very same day using the technique they pioneered more than 15 years ago. Teeth today. At the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry, all of their doctors are board-certified dental specialists. They have placed thousands of dental implants, and we all know that experience matters. Call the South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry today to schedule your free consultation. Call them at 561-912-9993. You'll be glad you did. You are listening to the Ask the Experts show with host Steve-O. We will be right back with more experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Join us every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Now, get ready for more Ask the Experts.
Oh, hey, listen, we're back. Live radio. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Ask the Experts radio show. And every week we have a different expert, sometimes two experts. But our next guest who's with us every month from the South Florida Center for Periodontics Implant Dentistry. And I don't know if it's because of my age or, because people know that you're on our show now. And we're sitting here with Jeff. He's one of the senior partners of the practice. And you're going to tell people about your practice, but now also my friends are going, I have dental implants, and I actually never knew they did. And they start sharing their experience with me. Some of them had a good experience, some of them didn't. Hey, we are back. You know what? Our next guest, my bud now, Dr. Norkin. I knew you got stuck in traffic.
A lot of traffic today, Steve.
Yeah, well, I knew that. And we just started to play last month's show.
Sure.
And I'm reading this. You're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I'm glad you made it.
Me too. Real happy to be here.
And we missed you last month also.
I was out in Portland for a continuing education course. So
it's a scary city to be in nowadays. I've seen some of the stuff going on out there. So you're relaxed. Everything's good.
All good.
We're here. Folks, this is an incredible show because this topic can change your life. And let me introduce you to one of the senior partners of the practice. The name of the practice is South Florida Center for Periodontics and Implant Dentistry. We have Dr. Fred Norkin today, and Dr. Jeff's not here.
He's not here today. He had some other personal things to take care of, so instead of
bet you'll
coming in
both be
tandem.
back next month.
We're both going to be here next month.
Okay, so first tell everybody about your practice, because you have a very unusual practice as to you're one of the finest in Florida.
Well, thanks for the kudos. Our practice is one of the oldest periodontal practices in the state of Florida. It was established in the mid-1960s. Neither Jeff nor I were original founders of the
Tell
party.
everybody, a lot of people don't know what periodontal is.
Well, what periodontists are, we're dentists that have specifically specialized in the treatment of periodontal disease, meaning gum disease.
Okay.
And periodontics today has morphed and evolved to really include not only periodontal treatment, but gum and bone surgery, and most importantly today, replacement of failing and missing teeth with dental implants. That's a domain that many periodontists have gone into and really have a tremendous amount of experience in.
That's usually the cause of people losing their teeth.
It is. Well, people lose teeth for a number of reasons, typically from periodontal disease, meaning gum and bone disease, but also as a result of tooth decay, teeth that break down. Often we'll tell people, you know what, you're not a victim of bad dentistry, you're just a victim of a lot of old dentistry. So old doesn't mean bad.
Okay.
But old dentistry, like anything else, just like your tires, you get wear and tear, and over time you've got to replace your tires, and there are only so many times, for people that have had multiple restorations, fillings, crowns, bridges, those over time just break down and they need to be replaced, and ultimately some of them lose teeth.
And basically this is all your practice does.
This is all we do.
So, you don't have some shingle with brighten your teeth, and you strictly work with
we're not
periodontics and dental implants.
That's exactly. Every one of our doctors, and we have 4 doctors in our practice. All of us are board certified periodontists. All we do is periodontal surgery, extractions, implants, bone grafts. That's our niche. But specifically within that, we've carved out a niche for problem solving, and specifically problem solving in the world of implant dentistry. In particular, what we call teeth today, meaning taking out failing teeth or replacing missing teeth with new tooth roots, meaning dental implants, and typically putting temporary teeth that are screwed or cemented into place. That day, same day. You walk out usually with a better smile than you walked in with.
How do you do it in one day?
Magic. It's all we have Harry Potter in our practice.
Yes.
No. Here's the thing. It's the difference between religion versus science.
Okay.
So religion tells us we can't do it.
Okay.
But the science tells us that we can. And this isn't something new. We've probably got more experience with this than most other dental groups around the country. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that as a fact. We've been doing this type of work, meaning taking out failing teeth or replacing missing teeth with new tooth roots and putting temporary teeth on them the same day. Not teeth that come in and out that you sleep next to when you go to sleep at night. Teeth that are screwed or cemented into place that look just like your own natural teeth. The same day. We've been doing that really since the late 1990s.
Now, this is the same day. Are they temporary?
These are temporary teeth. In other words, when you smile, people are going to see teeth. You can't take them in and out yourself. Okay. Only us or your dentist can. But after everything heals, 2-3 months later, then you go back and see your dentist, a regular restorative dentist, and they're going to make the permanent teeth. So we don't want to put the permanent teeth on right away because, frankly, it takes longer for that to heal, and we want to make sure that the laboratory that works with the dentist has adequate time to make a highly refined, strong restoration that's going to last you for years and years to come. But the temporaries can go in that day or the following day, and they'll look just like natural teeth.
Now, when we say temporary, how long temporary?
Well, temporaries, they're called. I always tell patients they're called temporaries for a reason. In other words, one of the problems that we sometimes have is that patients look at them and say, wow, these look great. I'm happy.
Why would I want to go?
Right. They heal, and then they sort of disappear. And that can be a problem in the sense that they are temporaries, meaning they're made of plastic or type of composite, all different types of materials that are not intended to hold up for years and years of work. And our concern is...
Just like that spare tire we have?
That's right. You've got a donut in the trunk, and it says only good for 50 miles. Well,
right.
You could probably get a little bit more out of it, but I don't know how safe that is. And,
right.
And it's the same thing.
So we had 12 emails.
Wow.
9 of them were all the same question.
What's that?
Different people.
Sure.
Bone in the gums.
Right.
What if I don't have any bone in my gums?
Right.
How are you going to do this?
Right. Once again,
I was surprised. So many of
this
them.
is such a common question. We answer the same question routinely for people. And, it's obviously a lot easier when we have an image in front of us, an X-ray, or we typically take a CT scan in our office, which is a three-dimensional image. So imagine looking at a photograph, a flat image, versus looking at going to see a movie in 3D, and you can really tell the dimension and what's really there, the volume of bone in this case. So while the bone may be resorbed already around the teeth, meaning from periodontal disease, so you've lost that support for the teeth, there's typically a wealth of bone beyond that that's in the jawbone that we can use. And not only that, but because of our 3D technology, the CT scans, we actually do every one of our surgeries several times without doing them on the patient, meaning we do them almost like a practice surgery on a computer. And in doing so, we can plan out that case in advance, and we can tip implants and find different ways to correct things so that we can avoid having to do really overwhelming or significant bone grafting. And even in those most extreme situations, one of our roles is that we actually can grow bone. So in certain situations when we have to, that's what our training is in. We didn't take a weekend course. We didn't learn this in a hotel. We're not planning to go operatory to operatory doing different things. I'm not doing orthodontics in one room and bleaching in another. This is all I do. This is all my partners do. And when we go away to continue education courses, we're traveling around the world to go and learn from people that are specifically experts, as an example, in bone grafting.
So do you also do the permanent ones too?
We don't do permanent teeth. We do the temporary teeth.
So you want them to go to their dentist to do that?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. We do. I always tell people we build infrastructure. We fix the bone. We will put in the new tooth roots, meaning the implants, and we also will do temporaries for them.
How long is the surgery for something like this?
It depends. If it's one tooth, for instance, it's all about an hour and 15 minutes. But it's a misconception, meaning it's not that much time with your mouth open.
Okay.
You're there in the office for probably about an hour and 15 minutes. But in that time, we're stepping out and working on your temporary, as an example. We're changing instruments from one set to another.
House.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
And so the point is, you're not sitting there with your mouth open for an hour and a half. We do some work for a few minutes, then we give you a break while we're doing something else to prepare for the next step. So you're not sitting there with your mouth open. If we're doing a full arch, or sometimes we'll even do a full mouth, that can be longer. That can be 4, 5, 6 hours. But when we do those longer cases, most of our patients, understandably, want to be sedated for that. And that's something that we also do, is we can do IV sedation, which means that somebody who cares about you drives you here and takes you home. And beyond that, we will take care of everything else. And frankly, if you have a little bit of anxiety and trouble walking in the door, we'll give you something to make you have a little bit of courage to walk across that threshold also.
We have somebody who listens to this show in Israel. Her name is Perla. She comes here 3 times a year.
Sure.
She wanted to know about work.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, actually, there was 2 things. One, pain she wanted to know about.
Sure.
And how soon could she go back to work or fly?
Well, first of all, my partner and I were both in Israel separately this summer. So it's a place that I've been to.
She listens to the show. She's listening now.
Pearl, I've been there 6 times, and my partner, I think, has been there also about 5, 6 times. And it's a place that's near and dear to both of our hearts, and we absolutely love it there. As far as getting back to work, my answer is generally you can go back to work the next day.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I always tell people, look, you're going to be sore. You're going to know you've had work done, but you're not necessarily going to be in pain. Typically, our patients will take over-the-counter anti-inflammatories, or if need be, just some Tylenol. And in extreme cases, maybe they'll take 1 or 2 painkillers at night before they go to sleep for a couple of nights. That's not very common.
Is there much swelling?
It depends on what we're doing. Because when you're
cut on, sometimes.
Sure. We do the best we can to do our procedures in a minimally invasive fashion. Again, going back to our CT or 3D technology, one of the great things is because we can plan all that in advance, we can oftentimes tell well in advance, you know what, Steve, when we do this procedure for you, we think that we're going to have some more swelling and bruising here because we have to do more reflection.
Right.
But in other instances, we often do a lot of our procedures guided. We even have a robot that helps us to place implants. It's the first ever FDA-approved robot. We have literally the first one.
You guys are state-of-the-art.
We like our toys. And it is the first robot in the world for placing implants. Not the first type of robot, but we literally have the first robot that ever came out.
So I know we've got someone listening who has dentures,
Sure.
upper and lower. They wanted you to do this work on them.
Sure.
Do you get a lot of patients like that?
We see patients like that on a regular basis. We see people like that literally every single day. And the nice
Works
thing...
the same.
Works the same. Exactly. Like I keep saying, it's for people who are missing or soon to be missing their teeth.
Okay.
So what's great in those situations is you literally transform their lives. And I may have told you the story a few months ago.
We've had a few stories of how it changed people's lives.
The one that stands out to me is this awesome lady who came down to Florida actually to care for her sick cousin who unfortunately passed away. Her cousin had been a patient of mine, as was her husband, for years.
That's not why she passed away.
No. Sadly, she had cancer, and unrelated, but a lovely, lovely woman. So I treated her cousin, who had dentures and was literally just choking and gagging on her dentures. They were well made. The dentist did a good job, but just she couldn't tolerate them.
You got to take them out at night, though.
She had to sleep next to him at night. Well, when we did her case, we were able to put the temporary teeth on right away, like I was just describing, teeth today. Well, you know what? She had forgotten that she has to blow on her food when it's hot because her dentures always protected her palate.
Right.
And she came in to see us a few days later because she'd burned her palate. For the first time in years, she hadn't had hot food touch her palate in years. So I'm not saying this to celebrate her having pain. This is a wonderful, lovely lady who genuinely did a great thing for her cousin. But, it reminded me of how we really transform people's lives because it changed her. She forgot what it was like to have teeth, and now she had to go back and relearn that, wait a minute, even though they're my third set of teeth, my first two came for free, my third one's I'm paying for, but this new set of teeth has changed her life. She's got to blow on her food. She's tasting food for the first time.
And we talk about this all the time because we have a friend that about 2 years ago, she was missing one tooth.
Sure.
But when she smiled, it was like I would zoom in on that.
Right.
I don't know why. It wasn't her eyes, but one tooth.
Right.
And you could tell she didn't smile normally.
Right. And we judged each other. There was a great study out of USC in California years ago, back in the late 1990s. And it basically came out and showed that we judge one another by our smiles. It tells us, are you a friendly person or not? Are you intelligent or not? And these are notions that we make and judgments that we make based on somebody's smile. So you could be a Harvard-trained scientist, but if your teeth are broken down, when people look at you, they don't see that. They don't see your brilliance. Or you could be kind like Mother Teresa, but people may miss that kindness because they have this preconceived notion based upon your smile.
Well, there's two things. One is she told me I will never, what she did, the wrong thing she did, is she went to whoever had the cheapest price.
Right.
And she said that was my biggest mistake, looking at price. Something like this is as important as this is.
Right.
That was her first. And the other one is she said, I started smiling different.
Right.
She said, I never knew because I had that confidence that I never had before. So this really does change people's lives.
Right, and 2 points to make from what you just said. First of all, these are replacement body parts. And so, you have to really think of it in those terms. And the idea is that it's going to last you for many, many years to come. So I always tell people, it's not to be obnoxious, but good isn't cheap, and cheap isn't good. But as far as the smile is concerned, it's funny. We take a lot of photos in our practice. We look at patients when they come in, as they're going through treatment, and then at the end of treatment. And we always want to see their exaggerated smile when they first come in, and they're guarded. They don't want to show it to us because they're not used to it.
Was guarded.
Right. And they wonder, why do you want me to show this exaggerated smile? Well, because a year from now, when you've got your new teeth and you're finally comfortable and you've kind of forgotten about this whole experience leading up to you having to replace these teeth, now your old smile, the real you is going to come out. And that's so important that we know where your smile is going to be, because, you know, we don't worry. You know, the main thing is, yes, we can replace teeth, but what we're really doing is we're replacing smiles. We're replacing confidence. That's what patients are buying. They're buying confidence. They're buying their smile. They're buying their way of life. They're buying that feeling of being healthy and being part of their community. As far as how we do it, it's like asking somebody what time it is and telling them how to make a watch.
Right.
It's inconsequential.
I think it's just so amazing. And now with the teeth today, I mean, now, so people who've got dentures have so many problems with them.
Right.
And this is like actual difference in night and
sure.
day.
Well, first of all, an upper denture, most people can tolerate. I say tolerate, not enjoy, but tolerate. All right. Why? Because there's a little bit more room to support it on the palate. But still, even with that, they're not tasting their food. Their speech patterns changed. You hear the clanking as the dentures move around. A lot of times they're just loading them up with tons of adhesive, which is also not healthy. But lower dentures
My mother's used to break.
Right.
Literally break.
Right, because they had to make them real thin probably for your mom because she couldn't find a place for her tongue.
Could be.
And so they had to make them real thin so she'd break them. And on the lower, the tongue and the floor of the mouth knock dentures out all the time. That's why we have implants. Back in the 1960s, the implants came about because somebody in Europe discovered that titanium fused to bone, and in fact wanted to use it for hip replacements. But the reality was they just couldn't get enough patients in for hip replacements. They said, you know what if we do it for people missing their teeth? Well, it changed these people's lives by putting some implants in to hold dentures in, and ultimately to give them teeth that don't come in and out. It's just been an evolution. So
wow. Now, do you, because not everybody has a dentist, because, I mean, that's probably why they've lost their teeth. Do you recommend dentists to them?
We can. If somebody comes in that's unattached,
are good.
Sure. We're really fortunate in this area that there are a lot of really excellent dentists that are well equipped. But what you're describing, there's a whole group of people out there in our community and around the country who are just dentally exhausted. And what I mean by that is, those are the people that have had multiple restorations over the course of years. Teeth are still breaking down, whether it's from tooth decay, cracking teeth, breaking teeth, periodontal disease. And unfortunately, they've been told maybe by their dentist, you know what, there's nothing we can do, or you just should get a denture. So these people, they're holding on to these failing teeth, even if it's bad for their overall health. They're just holding on to them because it's better than going to a denture, or they have a denture and nobody could make it fit, because sometimes God would have to come down from heaven to make some of these dentures fit. And so they're really limited, and they've just become so frustrated with dentistry that they've left it. And we call them these people they're just dentally exhausted.
Now, as a periodontist, you know how to, there's a certain way of cleaning your gums.
Right.
That a lot of people, they could not do themselves. So now, do you do that also? Do you do cleaning also?
Well, I don't personally do, but we have a team of excellent hygienists.
Like a hygienist.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you why. First of all, we're very blessed that we have...
Because it's different, a regular cleaning versus
unquestionably, yeah. Our hygienists spend their days in the weeds with patients who suffer from periodontal disease. They spend their days treating people who have complex dental restorations, who have complex implant restorations. They're particularly skilled at doing that just because of their experience. So what probably the most important prognostic indicator of how patients are going to do in the long term with those new restorations, with their implants, is how well they maintain at home and how frequently they maintain with their dental hygienist. We can't emphasize enough the importance of great home care for those people and great recall habits, coming to see the hygienist every 3 months, letting one of the doctors check you, make sure that everything is doing well.
That's a whole different cleaning.
Oh, it's a whole different thing.
And I know you have to go under the gums.
Sometimes. But you know what's really great is watching these people transform. I have a patient, I saw her the other day. She hadn't been in about a year and a half. And she came in with snaggle teeth that were broken down. I'm not even trying to make fun of her. Her mouth looked like a rat's mouth, just with those buck teeth and broken down. She came in and showed me her new teeth. Now they're in about a year and a half. And I saw her all through this, and I did the immediate temporaries on her. She came in this, workout outfit. She's taking care of herself. She's got this gorgeous smile now. She's a different woman. She's not the same person that was quivering when she came in the first time, and she had held on to these hopeless teeth.
I think what you do and your partners do is amazing, and you just
Thank you.
Concentrate in this one niche area.
That's all we do.
And I know you have all the state-of-the-art equipment, which, I mean, some of the things you've described to me, and I'm actually going to come out to your practice. I want to see this because, listen, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to take care of it.
Sure.
And I guess the longer they let it go, the worse it's going to be.
Look, we always tell people it's not going to get cheaper. It's not going to get simpler. It's not going to get easier, and it's not going to become less painful. The best thing you can do is pick up the phone, come in, let us take a look at you. We're not going to do anything the first time other than an exam and talk.
Give everybody your phone number.
All right. So it's 561-912-9993.
So we always have a problem. Someone says they're in their car looking for a pen. Let's give it to them again.
All right. 561-912-9993.
Now, you've got a great website. So let's give me your website.
Our website is chock full of information, including how to reach us. But it's really great because it's a great educational tool. So you can go to www.flsmile.com. So it's floridasmile.com. Just look around where you are, smile and .com.
Give them a call tomorrow. Change your life. I mean, that's what it is. Change your life. And I'm telling you, I know from our friend that how much it changed her life. And don't make the mistakes. Don't just go to whoever has the best price, because usually there's a reason for that.
There's usually a reason for it.
These guys are the best. Dr. Nork, thank you so much for coming in
thanks
today.
so much for having
us. You're with us the second Thursday of every month at 5:30.
We will be here.
Real simple. We'll see you and hopefully Jeff next time too. And we'll see you next week with more Ask the Experts.
Get your smile ready for summer. Are you missing teeth? Do you have loose teeth? Can you bite into an apple? Is your smile ready to hit the beach this summer with confidence? We all work out and try to look great